Peace and blessings. What's popping, y'all? Y'all know what time it is. It's Top 9 Sports, where we always give y'all the top notch. Today, we just coming on for our first live, man. We get ready to chop it up. I got a special guest today. He is a bud buddy. He is definitely a bud buddy. That means he team Bud and I'm team Spence, but we blood brothers. So I'm gonna be bringing him in and on today. And so let's get into it. I ain't waiting for nobody to jump in. I know this our first live. But man, it's fight week. And so we're gonna jump off with the intro and let's get into this live. All praises to the most high.
Stress, trapping this road to success. You learn how to cope with less. You just gotta hope for the best. All I know is press. Press on toward tomorrow. Or I was chosen more. Been there from the start. Yeah. Press on. Won't nobody vouch. Press on. Too low as I'm on. Press on. No need to pout. Press on. They counted you out. Press on. They did it for clout. Press on. You ain't your best when the stress on. Turn up the heat and press on.
Bet. All praises to the most high. Let's rock it in. I'm gonna bring my bro in and we gonna get popping. I know I'm gonna post this afterwards, so I ain't really worried who jumping in. It's our first one. So what's good, bro?
What's good with you, man?
Man, I'm smooth. All praises to the most high. It's fight week.
All we need, baby. Yeah, man. It's fight week, man. Listen, if it's anybody that you gotta pick other than Bud Crawford, I will be okay with it being Errol Spence. If you was rocking with anybody else other than Bud Crawford, I have to question your boxing integrity.
I know, right? He this is the best of the best. That's the beautiful thing about it. 110%, I believe that Bud has a weak resume. As Earl scored it a 0.5, I give it a 0.4. I'm a little worse than Bud. I'm a little worse than EJ. I'm just keeping it 100.
Oh man,
I feel like Bud has the only fighters that I respect on his resume is, as far as their careers, is Kell Brook, Sean Porter. And I feel like what they did after the fight tells me everything. They was already on their way out. They was at the back end. Both of those guys are retired.
I mean, I can't say that that's not the case, because I mean it became the case. But I mean, we can spin that a lot of different ways. My thing with looking at both of them, man, is like you say, the resumes speak for themselves as far as where we got to this point. Earl has a few more fights, even though you say they're not as credible, but he has had eight titles that he's won, title fights that he's won, and he's defended those titles 14 times with 14 knockouts. So I mean,
name them fighters.
I mean, but who they putting in front of him and getting them out of there, you know what I'm saying, even with the belts on the line. So it's not like he ain't performing, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, here's the test right here. I'm with you. I'm with you. For me, this is the biggest test of my boy's career right here. You know what I'm saying? This is all the bread, butter, everything right here. Put it on the table, bro. Let's see what you really made of. I mean, 40-0 for me. I think he's a great boxer. That's why I've been following him for so long.
39.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm putting
39-1 to be exact.
You know what I'm saying? I put that one in the win column already. Speaking in faith. Nah, man. But honestly, I really want to see a good fight. I want to see both fighters show up. I want to see both fighters do what they do. You know what I'm saying? And leave it all in the ring. And then from there, bro, may best man win. You know what I'm saying? But this gonna be a good one.
Man, I agree with you. The reason I bring it up is because I'm not taking nothing from him. I'm not taking nothing from Bud. I think he's an extraordinary. First of all, I like Bud the man, and I like EJ the man. I like both of them. I like the way that they refuse. Yes, and I like the way that they refuse to do the extras. You know what I'm saying? Just to try to sell the fight, to be classless. So first and foremost, that's what I love about both men. Like I said, both of them Hebrews by blood. So at the end of the day, I'm always rooting for us and to get back where we need to be. I love the fact that what they're gonna do for their families financially, from this fight, and they did it at a time when it was the most lucrative. That's why I say everybody watching this, whether you tune in live or you tune in after, whatever the case may be, buy the fight, support the fight. We love watching these guys
Mhm.
put their life on the line. We love watching these guys get in there and try to kill each other, really. So let's support that. Let's
Facts.
support. You feel me?
Yeah,
No fire
yeah,
sticks. I hope your
yeah, I
fire
feel
stick
you,
blow
bro.
up. And that's one thing I would say about Bud fans. Now, you Bud buddies don't buy pay-per-views. His
Well,
pay-per-view
it ain't
number
been a whole lot of them to
low.
buy.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? The
And the reason
the
being because y'all
PPCs,
wasn't
they,
buying them. Y'all wasn't buying that man pay-per-views. And since y'all wasn't buying his pay-per-views, he was flipping it, flopping. And Bob Arum say, I can buy a house in Beverly Hills. He'd be shaking. He said, I can
oh
buy a
man,
house in Beverly Hills with the money I lost on Bud. Now, he's still your fighter, Bob.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, Bob. You
Facts,
can't say that while you
facts,
still
man.
got the man
I mean,
signed, Bob.
it's their fault. It's on them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got the prize bull, you ain't working them right. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, don't be mad at
I
the man.
agree.
Everybody put in front of him. You just got to put the right people in front of him. After this fight, we'll know. We'll know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And it won't be nobody else that they can really bring up. I mean, who you gonna bring up? Keith Thurman.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Keith one
saying?
time Thurman.
So I mean, who you gonna bring up? Keith Thurman, right?
Exactly. Once upon a time Thurman. Keith once upon a time Thurman.
Exactly.
But
Facts. Facts.
I'm sick of this brother always talking in the third person. What's wrong with him? Spence has never seen an athletic boxer like a Bud Crawford and a Keith Thurman. Brother, you is Keith Thurman.
You is Keith Thurman.
What is you
Man,
talking about?
you done took too many punches already, bro. You
And
on
every
some other
time he
stuff.
got punched, his hairline went back just an inch further. The
But
brother is struggling.
he won't let
And
them
he
braids
won't let
go
it
though,
go.
boy. He about like Stevie Wonder, but at least Stevie got an excuse. Stevie can't see, so he don't know how bad he is. Keith ain't got no excuse.
Man, I don't know what Keith got going on, man. And he keep talking in the third person. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I see Keith. He hasn't seen someone like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, an athletic boxer who can get in and out. Who's fat? Keith, it's you, and you're washed. You're washed. It's over. You
Hey,
ran when
no,
you
we
had a chance. You ran. Now, don't you a Bud fan? Tell me, did Keith run or not? Get down there in the
hey
comments. Shout
what
out to the people in the chat.
with
Did Keith run
flaming
or
shoes.
what?
With flaming shoes. And listen, because he knew that if he got in that ring, him and Keith Thurman was getting knocked down.
Facts. Facts.
I'm telling you. Hey, you can refer to yourself in the third person all you want to. But when you get that ring, you in that ring. You know what I'm saying? That's
You
just
in that ring.
what it is. You in that ring,
All right,
bro.
so let's
Yes, sir.
get into the breakdown of the fight. We was talking about the resumes.
Mhm.
Like I said, this will tell me everything I need to know. I thought Sean would be the
Facts.
test. As we was talking earlier, I felt that if you go back and watch the fight, everybody had Sean Porter winning it. What's my boy name? Andre Wood. I respect. He the only ESPN
Oh,
analyst that I respect. First of all, I respect
me
him as a
too.
boxer,
Me
but he be
too.
keeping it 100. The other ones be so biased. You could tell they get extra
Mhm.
money to make sure the ESPN fighter get all the light.
Facts.
But Andre Wood
Facts.
was even saying that he was like, "Yo, Porter winning this fight." Going into the
I
ninth
mean, hey.
round, I could see Porter like starting to gas out a little bit.
Mhm.
I've watched the fight 5 times in the last 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Just going through footage, for videos and film study, and I'm telling you, the ninth round, the man, you could see him starting to gas out, and you could give him that. It was a good round. It was a good competitive round, but you
It
could
was a
just
good
see
round. It was a good
even
round.
after the round, he turned
Mhm.
around and when he was going back to his corner, you could tell it was starting to weigh. I've never seen him like that. Think about the
But
Earl
see,
fight. He was like the
yeah,
Energizer Bunny.
yeah. But see, I think people gotta understand, like you say, styles make fights. Like when you in there against different opponents, and it's your training camp. I mean, it all goes into it. So at the end of the day, we can use it as an excuse, as a crutch, or you could just keep it a buck. Hey, you know you got to train. You know you got to be ready, and then you know you got to do what you got to do when you get in there. One thing about Bud, and I, you know, respectfully, I mean, I'm a big fan of his, but one thing I don't like is how long it take him to get going sometimes. He'll sell, maybe even give 3-4 rounds away. And that was part of the deal with the Sean Porter fight. Like it took him a minute, you know what I'm saying? And by the time he
Mhm.
started to kind of figure things out, calculate, he had already given like 4 rounds away, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, you're right on the scorecards. Definitely Porter was winning. You know what I'm saying? He was winning on the scorecards. I mean,
Mhm.
even by my calculations as a Bud fan, I'm like, hey man, I need you to turn it up, bro. You know, but when he
Mhm.
finally cracked the code, he cracked the code, and you know, and then I don't know what Daddy did to Sean. Daddy did something crazy to
Well, you
Sean
know,
towards
he
the
had
time.
went to Vegas and he had put $1 million on Crawford to get a 10th round stoppage.
I don't know what that was about, man. You had to do that man like that, but you know what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, we
Definitely.
gotta bring in a good one. Yeah, I feel like Kenny had went to Vegas and put $1 million on a 10th round Crawford stoppage.
Yep. He was
And
laughing all the
that's
way to
just
the
what it
bank.
was. He was laughing all the way to the bank. And
All the way
and
to
I
the bank.
wouldn't be surprised if Sean got a little piece of that.
Hey,
It might have
hey, he
been
did an incredible acting job.
it might have been a three-way. Look, exclusive right here on Top Notch Sports. Now y'all wonder,
Oh
y'all
man.
thought Bud fans thought it made Bud great when they came to him in the 10th and said, "Hey, you down?" No, that was part of the show. They all
Uh-huh.
three
See,
got
look at this.
paid.
Here come the
All
10
three
for
of them got
hats.
paid.
Listen.
All three of them
Hey,
got paid.
hey,
No
but
wonder he was like,
hey,
"For real,
I gotta say
Hollywood."
though. I gotta say though, man, that Earl fight was the truth too. Now, you know, I gotta be a buck with that one. I had it going either way for a minute, but doggone when Earl caught him, it changed the whole fight. Everything
Yeah,
changed
it changed the
when he
whole
caught
fight.
that boy.
And to be honest, as an EJ fan, when I first was watching that fight, and I was like, man, honestly, I never was worried. I felt EJ was getting the had the upper hand, and it was a great fight. But it was such a great fight, it had me so in tune to the
Oh
fight.
yeah,
It's
you was
probably the
locked into
best
that
fight
one.
I've ever seen.
You was locked into that
It's
one.
probably
That
the best
boy.
fight I've ever seen. Like it was action packed from beginning to end. But when I went back for film study, it was so back and forth, action packed that when you go back in the film, you see shots that didn't land that look
Yeah,
good when you're watching it real time versus watching it slow.
yeah,
And the cleaner shots were definitely Errol Spence. He was getting a lot more cleaner shots. I would say Sean Porter was turning it up though. I ain't
yeah.
taking nothing
And
away from him,
the
and he
activity
was
was
his
crazy.
activity, and they were both doing it, but it just seemed as I went back in the film study, Earl was getting a lot much cleaner shots. He got one big shot where Sean lands a nice little checker to the chin, but then he come over, boom, with a big,
Yeah,
and it was those type of shots all the way into the knockdown, like we was talking
yeah.
about before. Look at the way Crawford timed. He timed
Oh yeah, he timed him
that little
perfect.
sit down that
Hmm. Yep.
Sean Porter was doing. And
Sean Porter,
Sean
yep.
did it
That little
twice. He
sit
literally
down.
knocked him out.
Yep.
He literally hit him the same way twice. That's what I didn't understand. He
Hmm.
made no changes. He just did that 2 minutes ago, Sean, or 2 seconds ago, Sean. Switch it up. What
Oh
is you
man,
doing?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
when you look at that shot Earl hit him with, I thought I saw his spirit leave mid shot.
Ah, you
I could
crazy for
see
that one.
the heavens opening up, and then he
You
came back.
crazy for that one.
His face. See, you don't see that with
Oh
the
man.
Bud shot. The Bud was just,
Nah,
oh, sit down.
nah,
But
you
when
you don't
Earl hit him,
you don't see that don't see that spirit leave, but he definitely not. He had him so frustrated. Like your boy was beating on the canvas, man. Like he was just like, man. But see, I love Sean Porter, but I'm gonna be a buck about Sean Porter. Especially when you watch the fights that he lose. One thing about it, man, he got a bag, but his bag to me is kind of limited. Because once the fight get beyond his bag, he ain't got nothing extra to throw at you. And so once he get figured out, it get figured out. And that thing don't work, that he usually, that dog that don't work, okay, then it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over.
And I'm gonna
That's
tell
it.
you why he overcomes that. The He's usually so in shape that he
Yep.
can just he
Mm-hmm.
can come round 12 like he comes around 1. And
Yep.
that was what was missing in the Crawford fight. You can see he gassed out. Like I said, when you go rewatch the fight round 9, you can see him really, really start. I've never seen him that way. Like you can see him starting to gas out, and then round 10, we know what
Mm-hmm.
happened. So, you know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Now
it,
Crawford
to me,
sneaky to the body too now. You know that too now, right? Crawford sneaky to the body. You know what I'm saying? Your
but
boy Errol
in order
pounds
to
the
do
body.
that, you got to get through that. You got to get through that jab.
Wait, you do. You got to get there. Now Errol pounds the body. Like he ain't nothing sneaky about it. He gonna hit you. He just like, look, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you in your body. I'm gonna hit you wherever I can hit you. You know what I'm saying? Crawford sneaky. Like he set it up almost for combinations, everything, and get you with a good body. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, boom, boom. A few of those around, and it could take the wind out of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? How you looking
Nah, I
gassed out?
agree, and this is what I'll say to that. Earl said something that was so pivotal on the Pivot podcast. He said that
Mm-hmm.
he keeps touching you, touching you,
Mm-hmm.
touching you. After a
Yep.
while, it's hard for you to think because it's hard for me to think about setting up a shot when all I can think about is getting touched. See what I'm saying?
I got I'm
If you go watch the Algieri fight,
yeah.
Algieri got to a point where he was touching him so much that all he thought about was covering up. If you go watch the Ugas fight, Ugas got to a
Mm-hmm.
point where he was touching him so much. They were talking about Ugas just sit there. What else could he do?
Well,
He was
listen,
getting touched.
to your point, that's why I say this has to be the smartest and most technically sound Crawford fight for him to be able, to me and my eyes, for him to be able to be victorious, because you got a person like Spence who does not let up and he smothers his opponents. That's what he does. He smothers you. So it
Cut the
is
ring
hard for
off
you to
well.
put stuff together, because he's smothering you. So if you can't put your shots together enough to create space, and like I say, he got to get in and get out. You know what I'm saying? He got to get in and get out. That's the only way that Crawford is, and that's my man. That's what I want him to do, and I know he can do it. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm,
definitely know he
yeah.
can do it. But he gonna have to be buttoned up. He can't be in there, trying to go toe to toe and getting undisciplined. Nah, get in, get out. You know what I'm saying?
You hear
Counter
that, Doc?
and make
Lil
that boy
Mooney
work.
say so.
Huh?
Y'all both saying ESJ winning. You see that on that thing?
No, 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 no. He called him
He said, "I
crawfish.
think crawfish." He he said, "I think crawfish gonna get cooked on Saturday."
Somebody
Yes,
take
it's
that
gonna be a
boy's
boiler.
device. He blaspheming. Somebody
Yes,
take that boy's device.
yes, it's gonna be a boiler.
uh,
That's the only fish getting fried is crawfish, and that's an
oh man.
abomination. We don't eat that.
Hey, all
All
respect to
praise to
Errol,
the
man.
Most High.
I tell you, I got mad respect for Errol. Like I say, as a Crawford fan, I ain't been nervous for 39 fights. But this one right here, I'm like, bro, you better get in there and stick to your game plan and do the right things, man, because Earl ain't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? I
He ain't
even
nothing to
like you
play
say,
with,
even with the
man.
Sean Porter fight, even when I felt like he was behind on the scorecard, I was waiting on. I was like, he gonna figure it out. He gonna turn it on. I wasn't worried. But this one right here, I'm kind of like looking sideways, like, bro, this if anybody can get you, this man can get you. So you better be ready. But I feel the same way with Earl. I mean, now I will say this. I did think that like midway through that fight, I was like, man, the way that they was going at it, him and Porter, I was like, if anybody get caught right now, it's any man's fight. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the
Mhm.
way they was fighting. But it wasn't that I
Yeah.
thought that Porter was the better man. I had picked Earl to win that fight. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Hands down. But when I was watching it, I was like, man, whew,
Yeah,
these
and
boys
Earl
crazy
fought
right
for
now.
man, fought for the fight. That's why when people be talking about ESJ is one dimensional, I be like, who where's your eyes? Who taught you
Yeah.
boxing? Like the man went in there against Mikey Garcia. They swore up and down that this man he was gonna outbox him, so he decided to box him. And this is what I say: we're gonna end
Yeah.
this right now, once and for all. For everybody to say, well, he couldn't stop Mikey Garcia. First of all, Mikey Garcia was 39-0, 30 KOs. Does that sound familiar? Ooh, he was 39-0, 30 KOs going into that fight. He called for Earl. Earl wasn't studying Mikey Garcia. Mikey
Listen,
Garcia called for that fight.
let
He
me
was
tell
ready to
you.
move up the welterweight.
Let me tell you, listen, Errol, fight, do what you do best. I know you can box. I'm not taking that away from him, but you better try to smother Bud. You're the bigger man, you're strong man. You better try to smother Bud. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to do that, be
But
too
when he
technical.
boxed, he boxed Mikey head off so bad they thought it was him pressuring and smothering him. When all he was doing is boxing his head off. Because that's how
Yeah,
dominant it
yeah,
was. They don't know the difference between dominating boxing and dominating just running through you. Because all he was doing was boxing him. I mean, he was destroying him with the jab, 120. I mean, it was all out of there. And if you watch that fight, if you go back and rewatch that fight for the people who don't know boxing, this is for the casuals. Let me give you a little education, and you say he couldn't stop this man. The man was 39-0, 30 KOs. That means the man was very experienced and he's never been in the ring with anybody who's ever even came close to dominating him. The man was trying to survive. If a
yeah.
skilled boxer on that level does not want to get knocked out, he cannot get knocked out because he knows how to move. Do you understand what I'm saying? He knows how to
Mhm.
survive.
Yeah,
Knockouts come when both fighters are trying to score.
yeah, yeah,
Then it opens up
yeah,
shots for you to counter. When you got a man that's just trying to survive, he's on his bicycle and he's just doing enough to try to keep you from stopping him, and he's constantly on the move. It's gonna be hard to stop that man if he's 39-0, 30 KOs.
yeah,
He's not a tomato can. It's easy to stop tomato
yeah.
cans when they don't want to get stopped. But a man of that skill set who's set in his mind that I'm not going to get stopped, whose corner said, hey, if you don't do something, I'm going to stop it. The ref came over there and said, hey, tell him to show me something. I'm going to stop it. So for us to discredit Earl because Mikey Garcia was good enough to get a moral victory, to me, that's asinine.
I mean, the thing about it, I think Garcia had a good game plan. He just didn't execute that game plan. And that is tough to do when you got a tough opponent in front of you. I mean, that's just facts. You know what I'm saying? That you might have a good game plan, but execution might go out the window. You get hit in the mouth a couple times. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You know,
that's what happened to
and
Mikey.
he took him out. He took Mikey out his game, and from there, like you say, it just went into okay, try not to get knocked out, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real,
Yeah,
for real.
yeah. Just give me that moral
You
victory.
know?
I just don't want to. I just don't want to say I got stopped. Just
Yeah.
anything. I
And
just don't want to say I got stopped. So
and I
let's get
mean,
into it. What's the importance? How important is the trainers in a fight of this high stakes 50-50 fight? So we say, how
here we
important
go,
is the trainer?
man. Here we go.
I mean, I think it's hand down landslide. It's a landslide who has the better trainer,
Oh
and it's
man.
almost visible.
See why you got to go there, man. Why you got to go?
Big,
Oh
big,
man. See, here we
big
go.
Cheeto man. Come on, big Cheeto man.
Hey. I don't understand. I really don't understand how this man can train and get other people in shape But anyhow,
You in
look,
the gym
both
every day and you look like this, Bo Mac. You in
that's
the gym
terrible, man.
every day.
That's terrible, man. That's terrible. But hey, I don't know. whatever he doing for his fighters is definitely working. He just don't want no part of it. Saying that's just what it is. He don't want
But
nothing to do with
how you get up, put your shoes on, and go to the gym every day, and you in there for hours, and you look like that. That don't make
I'm pretty
sense to
sure
me.
at this point, somebody else puts his shoes on. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Ooh, goodness
But
gracious.
but my man, he got. I feel like he gonna have Bud ready. He might not be ready to do nothing but sit over there, but Bud gonna be
But you
ready. You
just
know what I'm
said a
saying?
mouthful because listen, what happens if and go watch the leak video? Shout out to all my people. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Y'all support this channel. We're gonna turn up all praises to the most high. We're gonna bring you dope content as much as we can. But think about that, man. What happens? He leaked the game plan. We got that video. Go check it out. Your plan is to try to push him back and take away the jab. What happens when that doesn't work? And Bud is in a situation that he's never been in. He's facing somebody that is actually winning in ways that he's never experienced. And now he's looking to the trainer for them to calculate the switch up because his download ain't working. What
Mhm.
happens then? Because let's be real, Bomac ain't never had to drive.
Nah, he never had to drive.
Bomac,
Nah.
they have been in there, and I'm saying a mouthful. I'm saying a mouthful. They have been in there with the level of competition. They have always been much more superior of the competition that it has never had to go to Bomac. Crawford would download, figure the fighter out, and do what he has to do, and all Bomac do is sit over there and eat Cheetos. But this is another level
Yeah.
here.
It it
What
it is.
happens?
Listen, I'm with you. Like, okay, first of all, we come from a card playing family. You know what I'm saying? And when you at that card table, you might make noise, indicating one thing, but you're not really gonna show your hand. Like, no skill card players gonna really show their hand unless you just got the hand like that. But I think he
Mhm.
putting stuff out there, but they got some other stuff up their sleeve. And if nothing else, like you say, Bud is experienced enough to when he get in there, if his trainer talking goofy, because I seen that before too. I can't remember which fight exactly, but I seen him get some stuff, and Bo Magnum saying one thing, but then he on something else because he in there and he see it. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? I think they was telling him not to switch or something, and he switched anyway. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then a couple rounds later, he took the fight over. So, that's the one thing that I can say. If nothing else, Bud should have no excuses. You got the experience that you need. I'm very confident that he's gonna come in the shape that he need to be in. I don't know why Bomac is high he is, but like I say,
Yeah.
I feel like my boy gonna be ready. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be ready to go.
So that's a big thing to think about because we know what Derrick James brings to the table. We know what Derrick James gonna do. We know how he disciplines himself. We know how he works with his fighter. He's more hands on with his fighter. Somebody said in my comments on one of my videos the other day, and it was really dope that he brought it up. But because I went back and watched it, he was like in the media day, Bomac got tired and handed the pads over to somebody else in Bud Media Day. And I went back and watched it. It was facts. I was like, wow, did you just check this out? What happened? I think we just lost that. Hopefully he jump back in.
Stress.
Excuse me. My bad, y'all. But yeah, so what I was saying is I think it's a real factor. Like it's a real serious issue and it's a real serious factor. Uh the trainers in this fight. I think this fight is such a high level chess match that it's very important with the trainers in this fight. Man, we having some technical issues. I think I need to change my battery real quick on my camera. Oh, there you go. There you go. You back in there? You
All right,
good?
yeah, there
Can
we
you hear
go.
me?
Yeah, knock
Yeah.
me out, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
okay. Did I do it or did
Yeah.
it do it?
Nah, it just I
My
mean, nah,
bad,
you I
y'all.
don't think you did anything. It just yeah, but you gotta get your camera back, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. I'm a
No doubt, no doubt. But yeah, man, I mean, you make a good point. I mean, both trainers are great trainers. You know what I'm saying? Both trainers have been, they definitely been through the ringers with their fighters. So shouldn't be any excuses for, not knowing how to adjust, how to move, how to shake, how to encourage and influence. But then also I think both trainers know that at the end of the day, if they need to step back and let that fighter be who he is. He's got enough experience. Both of them got enough experience to be able to make whatever calls and adjustments that they need to make in that ring. I agree that sometimes you got to help your fighter get refocused, especially if things are going, south and they frustrated, or if they get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Part of being a good trainer too is being able to bring your fighter back grounded if they hurt. You know what I mean? And that's tough because you got to know your fighter to know what works in that case. But aside from that, I mean, I don't think that, I don't think that the trainers are going to be the difference in the fight, so to speak. I think it's going to be come down to two awesome boxers, man, who, both of them, they got to be in their bag, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what you go through the training for. You know what I mean? That's what you set everything up for in order step in the ring and bring your best, bring your A game. No matter what's going on with your trainer, the crowd, even sometimes with your body, you got to will your way. They get hurt in there and everything, man. There's some gladiators, man. Hats off to these cats for even being able to be and do what they being do on a regular basis, man. That's why I'm such a great admirer. You know what I'm saying? For real, it's awesome to see how these men like you said earlier, put their life on the line, man. In order to make stuff happen. So you know what I'm saying? There you go. There you go.
yeah, yeah, my bad. I'm back. I ain't got long. My battery issue. So, let's
Got you.
close it out. On our predictions. How do you see the fight going? What do you see happening?
All right, let me keep it a buck. All right, I'm gonna keep it a buck. All right, I'm gonna go both fighters. Of course, I want Bud Crawford to win. I think that it favors Bud to get to 9-10 because if we get to 9-10, I think by then we should have a game plan down. We getting sharper. Like you say, Earl keep coming, but by then we should know exactly what we need to do. I think for Earl to really have a comfortable victory, I think he need to catch my boy Crawford before 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in the mid rounds. You need to catch him, get him out balance, and maybe even get him out of there. I don't know, but I think that's his best. To me, from my perspective, I think that's the best chance for Earl. But if Crawford can get him in those quote unquote deep waters near the championship rounds, I think he got a chance to put some skill together and yeah, do what he do.
I actually think it's the total opposite. I think if Crawford's gonna win this fight, he's gonna have to catch Earl with a counter early. I think Crawford's gonna come out and try to start fast, different from what he's used to. He's gonna get out of
Yeah.
his comfort zone. I think he's gonna make it in his game plan. I believe right now in the game plan, they're planning to start fast. Everybody's been talking about how he can't start slow. I think it's gonna be something that they focus on starting fast. And I think in starting fast, we're gonna get ain't gonna be too much download. Maybe that first round, you know how they do, fill it out. But I
Yeah.
think you're gonna get a lot of matter of fact, man, what was that? Was it the Hagler Hearns?
Hagler Hearns, that
They
thing.
just
If it go
where
like
they
that,
just
bro,
came out, where they I mean, soon as the bell run, it was so much
it was
built
so
up. As
much.
soon as the bell run, they was like, bump it, let's go. I
But see, I don't
wouldn't be
see that much
surprised to see that.
animosity between these two fighters, though, man. That was a lot of
Oh
animosity
nah,
between
it's
them
it's
two brothers.
it's it's there. It's just in a different way. With
I
them
got you.
two, it's between the fighters, not the men.
Ah,
See what I'm
okay.
saying?
That's a
And
good
they
way to
both
put it.
got that kill switch. They
Yeah,
both got that kill switch to when it's
yeah.
fight time, it's fight time. So
They
that's
both
why I
got
say,
incredible
really, don't let them
egos
fool
too.
you. The talk has got to them, to both of them. Both of them tired of
Yeah,
the
they got
talk.
they got they got incredible egos, both of them. So yeah, I can see that. I can see that definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I see if it comes out and it's like that Hagler Hearns where they get right to it right off the rip and they mixing it up. The only way I see Bud winning the fight, that type of fight, is if he can catch Earl with some type of clean counter and Earl can't take the power, which I have never seen it. I've never seen it. If
Yeah.
it gets to the 10th round of that demolition man coming. Did you hear the way he was hitting the bag? It sounded like somebody was
I mean,
dropping bricks.
the man got power. I'm not taking nothing away from him, and he pounds you. I mean, that's what he do. He pounds you, but it takes a lot of energy. And like you say, he's known for being
He
able to
got
keep
it.
that dog going. But once again, you're in there with a different type of opponent that he doing his touching too, and that counter keeps you at a certain height of awareness, and you still trying to come forward. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I mean, it's gonna be a dog fight, man. I'm so
It's
excited
gonna
and
be a
ready to
dog
see
fight.
it.
But this is
Yeah.
what I will say that goes in Earl's favor. What he does is what he's always done.
Hmm.
The way he throw his shots with consistency, with fundamentally sound, the right
Hmm.
shots, the right way, consistently. If it's that type of fight, that's what he do. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't
Yeah.
gotta come out of his comfort zone. He can just do what he do. And I'm telling you, I don't care what you giving back. You ain't taking 10 rounds of that. Ex Ugas. Broken orbital bone, broken nose, and broken ribs. And
Yeah.
and Bud is a smaller man
Yeah.
than Ugas.
Yeah.
So my thing, I feel like the other, if it's gonna go multiple rounds like that, what Bud is gonna have to do is fight on the outside and get on his bike. He's gonna
He
have to
got to do.
fight a similar fight to what Mayweather fought in his career.
Hmm.
He's gonna have to be very slick,
Yeah.
be very
I
slick
think
and pick his spots. Like you say, if he do go in, he got to get right back
he got
out.
to get out. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think he can get. He's gonna have to get in there some because first of all, Errol's not gonna give you a choice. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If you want to get busy, you're gonna have to get in there with him a little bit. But I don't want him to just get lost in there. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, it exerts your energy when you going toe to toe with a bigger man, stronger man. You know what I'm saying? That take a lot of energy to eat shots and then also try not to get hit with the big thing. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to deliver at the same time. So to me, it would be behoove him to step out, get in there, get a little bit, get you know what I'm saying, let him know you there, and then get out and find your counter. You know what I'm saying? Because Earl gonna come forward. That's another thing too. Earl is not shy. He gonna come forward. He gonna come for you. You know what I'm
And,
saying? So
and
he don't fight off the
I
back
don't
foot.
see Crawford taking the jab. Everybody that had a decent jab was able to hit him whenever they felt like it. We talk about the Benavidez fight. The leg got to him. Before that, and he had mobility. A lot of people had him winning that fight until around sixth, seventh, eighth round, and you could clearly
Yeah,
see when the legs started giving it. He literally was dragging it. Ninth, 10th round,
yeah.
he was dragging it. He couldn't even move. And
Now
so,
you do
like
hear
you
this
said,
pattern though. You do hear this pattern in your commentary though, right? Because you know what I'm saying, for
what do you
Shaw
mean?
Porter, he just all of a sudden got gas, and
He
then you
started
know what I'm saying,
gassing out.
and then for your boy, it's his
The proof
leg.
is in
You
the
know what
pudding.
I'm saying?
I've been doing a lot of film study, and
I mean,
that's
I
what
get it,
happens when you
I
go back
get it. But
and
the
study
common
the film. I mean,
denominator,
you literally see him.
but the common denominator is those rounds 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, Bud is a beast in those rounds. It take him a minute, some time to get there, I'll admit, but he is
He
a beast
sound
in
good,
those
but
rounds.
I think anybody who really, really well sharp on boxing know that it ain't nobody sharper come them later rounds. That ain't nobody who engine just keeps on going. It's like he turn up. 6 through 12 is the strongest rounds for ESJ every time. So I mean, you can't get no better fight than this. This the best fight
You
of our
can't get no
decade.
better fight than this. Yeah,
You
you
can't get
you
no
can't
better
get
fight.
no better one than this.
I
You
don't
really
care
can't.
what
You
weight
really can't.
class. I don't care where you go. This is the upper echelon in boxing. This is gonna be a
Mhm.
phenomenal fight. I don't. If you
Yes,
go
sir.
buy this pay, if you buy the pay per view, you gonna get what you paid for.
That's facts.
No,
That's
there's no
facts.
way. There's no way we don't get what we pay. I don't care if it's Hagler Hearns. What was that? 3 rounds?
Hey, it
It
was a
was
thriller.
three.
It was a thriller.
It was the
Straight thriller.
three most adrenaline filled, amazing, fantastic, on the edge of your seat rounds you ever watched. Nobody was disappointed at what happened in that fight,
Nobody.
and
Nobody.
everybody wanted to see
And
it
you
again.
didn't want to be facts, and you didn't want to be the one that had to be told. This what
Exactly.
happened. Nah, you wanted to experience that for sure.
Exactly. So that's what I feel is gonna happen 110%. Y'all already know what time it is. They say I'm biased on Top Notch. I'm not. I just know what it is. I feel to me,
That boy love ESJ.
I feel like in order for Bud to win, he gotta fight like Mayweather fought in order to beat ESJ. And then when I'm looking, I'm like, didn't that boy get in there with Mayweather 3 fights in and black that eye? Oh,
How
Bud in
small is
trouble.
Mayweather? How small is Mayweather,
About
bro?
Bud
Like, for
size.
real. I
Mhm.
mean, you know what I'm
About that.
saying? You know what I mean? And he ain't got Bud's reach, I don't think. I mean, he might, I don't know, because he got some long
But
arms too, but you
we
know what I'm
know,
saying?
like ESJ said, you not Mayweather. You not Floyd. He is not Floyd.
Hey,
He not Floyd.
he the type of fighter that beat you out of that Philly shell though, like for real, because he beat your body up if you let him. Like you can't just sit there. I don't care what kind of defense you try to do, man. If Earl is up on you, man, he tagged you. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
you know,
And
like I
the
said, it
biggest,
behooves
the,
you to
the
get in
best
and get out.
thing Earl got in his arsenal is the jab. And people sleeping
Yeah.
on it because that's one of the weakest punches that Crawford can defend. I've seen it in film study. He struggles with a good jab. He struggles with a good jab. And listen, my last key before we get up out of here, his answer to that jab, taking away the jab and defending the jab, is switching to southpaw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That
he
ain't gonna
usually throw
work
your
against
jab
a
off.
southpaw.
And he
That
usually throw
ain't
your
finna
jab
work
off. I
against
mean,
a
and it mess your
southpaw.
footwork up too. They mess your footwork up too, which
Mm.
makes it a little harder to do it what you do. Yeah, definitely.
And
Definitely.
everybody knows
I would
southpaw on southpaw. The natural southpaw, who's always southpaw, always has the advantage. He like
yeah,
that
he
all the
gonna be
time.
stronger. He gonna be stronger. You know what I'm saying? He better off, I think, staying more orthodox. Maybe switch it up just to give him a different look, but then go back to to the orthodox stand. But I say this right here for both fighters too, real quick. Like I think Earl definitely gonna have to watch out for the slick counters. You know what I'm saying? Those slick body shots, like we talked about too. Sometimes Crawford will get you his set it up, get you one of them. But then doggone Crawford got to watch out for that slick uppercut. Because see, the thing with Earl is he be banging to the body so much, he gets you to try to drop them hands, or he try to get you to just open the gloves just enough. Then you think he coming back to the body and he sneak that thing straight up the middle. And man,
He throw
them
them
little
so
uppercuts do
hard.
damage. They do damage. They
He
do.
throwing
So
them
Bud got
things
to make
hard.
sure he don't get caught with one of them things because they coming. I mean, Earl, he throw them every fight. You know what I'm saying? So they coming.
And I
Yeah,
say this
definitely.
again. The man, we make so much emphasis on Ugas's eye, but Earl Spence broke Ugas ribs as well.
Mm-hmm.
He broke his
Yeah.
ribs.
Yeah. He pounds the
The
body.
man
I
throwing
mean, that's
something
fact.
different. Name
He
nothing.
pounds the
Bud
body.
be getting them KOs. I ain't taking nothing from him,
Mm-hmm.
but where's the
Mm-hmm.
damage?
I mean, hey, I
He
done
ain't
seen
broke
him put
no
a
eye
man
bones.
out
He ain't
with a
broke no
body shot
ribs.
a couple times. You know what
I've
I'm
seen him
saying?
do it,
So
but he ain't break them ribs. These ain't the first set of ribs that's been broken. I mean, the man breaking bones. So, I mean, we gonna see. We
we
gonna
gonna see.
see. I'm
We gonna
excited, man.
see, bro.
Fight
We
world.
gonna
This
see.
is the best. This has been the best year in boxing, and by far, this is gonna be the best week in boxing.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
I guess before we get out of here, we can talk about Fulton getting knocked out. Did you hear what I said?
Man, I didn't have the privilege to see it yet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the privilege to see it yet.
Man,
I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna have
Anyway, it's for
I
real.
can't
Shout
believe
out to
that though.
Anyway. In a way, it's for real. What's my boy Gary Russell Jr.? Stay away from him. Stay away from In a Way, Gary. Don't do it, Gary. Don't do it, Gary. You're gonna be looking like Cool Boy, your rat tail in the wind. Cool Boy wasn't looking so cool.
Oh man, bro.
Boy, Cool Boy needed to cool
Oh,
down. Goodness gracious. 8 balls of fire.
oh, off
Oh,
the
Cool
chain,
Boy.
off
I
the
mean, he
chain.
looked like he was far away from home, y'all. He was over
Yeah.
there in Tokyo, and he was like, "Man, what is hitting me? What is happening? Help!" And nobody was there to help him.
Oh man, nah, ain't nobody gonna be there to help you. No, no sir, no sir. Man, I gotta see the highlight.
Steven. Man, you don't want to. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to the Brew Nation. I ain't
That's
gonna
quite
lie.
ugly right
That,
there. That's quite
that boy
ugly.
couldn't even win. The boy couldn't even win a round. I was trying to give him a
Mm,
round. And it's like
mm.
In a Way was just like, nah, this mine too. And the way he finished it, it was just like, man, that's the type of stuff that can change a fighter for the rest of his career. Honestly, it take you confident.
Yeah,
I hate it happen.
that's why I
I
say
did the
even
poll.
even
My bad. I was gonna say I did the poll and everybody had folk winning. We messed that one
well,
up.
hey, yeah, I missed that one too. But I say, man, listen, if you would have told me that he just got caught, I'd have been like, hey, man, that's boxing. But to tell me that he got dominated,
Dominated.
bro, I did not see that coming. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
Facts,
That's a shocker, man.
facts. Yep. So we gonna close this out, man. We're gonna get ready to close this out. Shout out to everybody that joined us, that joined in the chat. Shout out to everybody that come after, man. We coming with that smoke. We gonna keep coming with it, man. It's top notch. Y'all know how we get down. We coming strong. All praise to the Most High. We gonna go through this lineup as we closing out. First and foremost, who got the better trainer? Who you think gonna be the better trainer on fight night? Of course, you know I got Derrick James over Cheeto Man. I'm gonna play this for Cheeto Man.
Oh, some bacon.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, some bacon. He's a big pig. You can be a big pig too.
You can be a
That's
big pig
cold.
too.
That's cold. That's cold.
Cheeto Man, he can't be carrying snacks to the ring. You better bring your A game. You better be focused. Do not hit the buffet up before you come to the fight because we know how he get down. So
Oh
we know
man. Hey,
Derrick
we
James
coming,
winning
man.
that one. That's 1-0 Spence. All right, coming into the fight, who you think in better shape?
Now that one, I mean, seeing both fighters in the little, you know how they do the all access joint. I think both of them in the best shape, some of the best shape. You know what I'm saying that they ever been in. I mean, both of them boys look tight. They look tight.
Man,
Yes,
they
sir.
look on point. Now, I will say, being an ESJ, been following him for as long as I've been following him, I would have loved for him to incorporate Blu-ray somewhere in there. Just give him a
Mm-hmm.
couple weeks. Just because you was
Yeah.
11-0, 11 KOs when Blu-ray was the strength and conditioning coach. I ain't even saying not work with whoever he's working with. I was just saying incorporate
Mm-hmm.
Blu-ray too. Do everything that you've
Yeah.
done at the height. You know what I'm saying? But he
Mm-hmm.
seemed to have it
Mm-hmm.
figured out. I can't tell him how to be what he be. He look good. He look on point. Look strong. Like I said, he was
Yeah.
pow, pow. He was hitting that bag, and I
Mm-hmm.
felt sorry for the bag, and it ain't even human. So we know what time it is once we get in there with Crawford. For sure.
Oh man, for sure, for sure,
All right, so well,
definitely.
let's see. We got who in better shape, man. Who you think has done a better job promoting this thing?
I mean, like you said earlier, they both classy fighters, so you know they've done some talking. I mean, you gonna do that? It's boxing, you know what I'm saying? But it hadn't been a clown show, so you know. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't really get an edge
respect,
one way or the other. I think they both just been doing what they supposed to do. Know what I'm saying? Putting enough content out there to have everybody just like we are right now, excited about this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ready for this
Now I
thing to
will
go
say
down.
to me the biggest moment in Junk Talk was when EJ called Bo Mac Cheeto Man and he called Bernie Mr. Clean. Boy, he called Bernie Mr. Clean. Say he be cleaning the floors for money.
Oh man.
And
Ah,
and then I noticed Bernie do got a bald head. I say,
yeah,
man, he do look
yeah.
like Mr. Clean.
That thing glossy.
Different.
That's
That
glossy.
to me that was probably the highest level of the Junk Talk, and you could tell Earl ain't think about that. You know, it was just like he
Yeah,
just said what he felt at the moment. It was just like that's what made it so classic. But we gonna see, man. I'm excited. Dang, what's this? For me, I'm over here in Africa. It's Wednesday. Is it
yeah,
Wednesday?
yeah. We out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
we are.
Wednesday.
We about to be on Wednesday. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We almost on
Yep,
Wednesday. A few hours from now.
yep.
But listen,
So man,
listen. Your boy EJ gonna have the advantage of Junk Talk just because that Southern twang, that Texas twang make the
yeah,
stuff he say even funnier.
yeah. He put that slur to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he put
yeah,
that slur to it. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm excited, man. It's kind of surreal to be honest that we this close.
yeah,
Shoot, we 2 days away from the weigh-in, y'all. All
yeah. It's
praises to the
time,
Most
man.
High. It's
Time.
time, man. It's
Yeah.
time. It's gonna be it's this a fight we've been talking about for years. RP to our dad. This is my brother. For those who just came in, this is my blood brother. He is a bud buddy, so don't fire him up too bad. He is a bud buddy.
Hey, Daddy was a bud buddy too. That's why you couldn't
That's what
stand
I
it.
was about to. That's why I just brought it up. RP to my dad. My dad was a bud buddy, and you know he passed in 2019. So you can see how long this fight been brewing.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
been brewing for a while, and I would have loved to fire him up. I would have loved to fire him up when Errol stopped this boy. You know, I know
Hey,
he'll be
we
smiling from up
we
top.
both be
I'm gonna
laughing if
send some
we
his
both
way.
be laughing if he was on here, man, because his junk talk was on a whole nother level. He was so slick with it, like you know what I'm saying. Like
Mhm.
he was so
Yeah,
slick with it, like real.
yeah.
But he would laughed at your Cheeto reference.
Oh,
He
he
would
the
have
man.
laughed at that.
By now, I think he'd have switched teams.
Nah, you know we don't do that. You know we
He'd
don't
have been
switch
that
teams
switch
around
team.
here.
He'd have been
You
like,
know, the
"What is
only team he
Bomac got
switched
going
up
on?"
on only team he switched up on from time to time when he got real mad and frustrated was them damn Cowboys. Them Cowboys that
Yeah.
make him watch the Panthers. Hey, that's how frustrating they could
Hey,
be.
I don't know, man. Team Crawford, y'all been taking some L's over there, man. Y'all been taking some L's over there. And 39-1 sounds so right to me.
Oh
It
nah,
just
bro. That
sounds
40 and
so
0.
right.
Listen, let me drop this on you real
39
quick,
and
right? And
1.
this is not this is not a major thing, but as far as undefeated fights, like we already know that even though the resume you say is weak, but we know that as far as the most professional fights, we know that Crawford got the edge there, but he's also had the most undefeated wins against undefeated fighters. You know what I'm saying? He know how to fight an undefeated fight, which they both do. They both know how to do what they do. We put it that way, but you know what I'm saying? So if anybody got to go, I think
Name them
Earl O got to
undefeated.
go.
Name them undefeated fighters. Because I can name them right
I
now.
gotta pull
I
it
can
up. I ain't
name
got time to pull
one-legged
them up.
Benavidez, one-legged Benavidez,
One-legged. Listen, man.
Lil Yorkie Gamboa, because he little.
Hey,
Lil Yorkie
hey,
Gamboa came up from two
hey,
weight
hey.
divisions.
These were number one
He looked
contenders
like a
too. Now
smidget in the he
they were
looked
top
like a
contenders.
smidget in the ring. And then he gonna go in there and fight Crawford and he gonna brawl with Crawford. What was he thinking? You coming up now, if it
Hey,
would have been in his
you
weight
saw what he
class, I'd have got it. But he came up, he gonna come up and you
boop,
want
boop,
to just and he hurt Crawford
boop, boop,
several times in that fight.
boop, boop. Hey, I
Mhm.
love this chin in that one. Like I do. I say yeah, I love this chin there.
But it
But
was
it was a
Yorkie
smaller
Gamboa,
fighter coming up. Yeah,
little,
yeah. It was a
little,
smaller
little,
fighter coming up. It's
Little
almost like
Yorkie,
he
yeah,
was like,
boy.
I'm gonna eat your shots. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about Crawford that upset me sometimes. He can get real cocky sometimes. So he can't come with that bull against Earl. Cause you know what I'm saying?
Nah, he
Nah,
gonna
man,
get
don't get in
stopped.
there and get cocky. Yeah, right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Get in there,
But
do your
yeah, so
thing, and
I
stay
done
focused.
named you two that just you might as well take them off the list. Uh, Gamboa, one-legged Benavidez.
Oh man.
What's the African? What's the African? Oh goodness gracious. He showed he was trash
Oh,
after that. Jeff Horn.
look,
Come on, Jeff Horn.
yeah, well, Jeff Horn was getting hyped though, man. I didn't believe in Jeff Horn
Exactly.
myself, so
Tomato
you
cans.
know what I'm saying?
Tomato
You know
cans.
what I mean? I was like, man, you better get in there and do what you're supposed to do against this cat.
This
You know what I'm
man been
saying?
fighting firemen
Hold
and
up. Where can I
librarians and
thought I had the
UPS
other dude
drivers.
pulled up.
But you ain't named me one that we still respect. Even Mean Machine. Mean Machine done went down the water since you know what I mean. He been down the water, proving that he never was really like that. So I don't see nobody on his resume that I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, him, yeah, him. I give him his props. Out of them undefeated fighters, it was a good stat. You there? It look like you frozen. Okay, you moving. See, let's get in these
Yo,
comments. Let's get. You said what? All right, y'all. So shout out to everybody that was able to jump into the live. Praises to the Most High. Hopefully, we get bro back to close it out. Having a little technical difficulties. Shout out, we gave y'all an hour, man, and I hope it was filled, with everything, us breaking down the fight. We will be back before the fight. I got a couple surprise interviews I'm gonna kick, and they gonna get some, some of they breakdown, and they gonna make they pick for the fight. Um, all praises to the Most High here, top notch. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Support. Hit that bell icon so you can be caught up with on the notifications, because we're gonna be coming with this hot sports content. It ain't gonna stop after Crawford Spence. We know we got Crawford Spence too, and we know we got Nello Jamel coming up. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot going on in boxing. It's gonna be a lot going on as well as college football and some other things we'll also be covering and those things. So yeah, man. So in closing,
Cameron, what
we got
you
bro
back
back.
out
Yeah. In closing, I was just closing it out. I was just telling them, man, we got some dope stuff coming up, man. What you anything else you want to add? Listen, y'all, I'm gonna say this one more
man?
time. He a bud buddy, so I'm glad he jumped back on. Y'all be fire sticking that man fights. Don't fire stick this fight. We want to keep getting the
Oh
big
man,
fight. So support it.
that's
The
facts.
only
That's
way we gonna
facts.
keep getting the big fights is if this man totally obliterate. If they totally obliterate these pay-per-view numbers, it can't be a fight this magnitude and the pay-per-view numbers don't support it. So let's
Yeah, I think
let's
they're gonna
support the
kill
fight.
it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna kill it, man. Because you talk about both fan bases at this point, and both of them got healthy fan bases. So you know what I'm
But
saying. They
y'all
they
don't buy
should blow
fights.
this. But, I mean, listen. Hey, some of these cats I know, some of them, yeah. But either way, both of these cats, I think they done did enough to carry this fight and carry these pay-per-view numbers through the roof. So this should be record
Yeah.
breaking right here.
Yeah, this the fight that sweeps the casuals in. Like even people that don't keep up
Mhm.
with boxing every day gonna want to see this fight. We should get a whole lot of fight parties and all of that good stuff. So
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
know I
yeah.
definitely be up to do it, but I'm different. I watch all the fights, and even being here in Africa currently, I stay up super late and catch the fights. I want to catch them when it's going on while
Mhm.
it's live. I reset my sleep just to catch them. So I think even this one gonna catch the casuals for sure, for sure. The people,
Mhm.
even people who don't really know much about, but you got the women talking about this fight. That's when you know
Mhm.
it's next level. Women talking about the fight, so that's
For
what's up.
sure. For sure.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yep. So hey, it was a pleasure coming before y'all. This was the first live here on Top Notch. We gonna keep it coming. We gonna keep it popping. We need them subscriptions to get up so that we can
That's
keep
right.
turning up. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. And we gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna jump back on here before fight night. Hopefully, especially if bro got time, we'll bring him back in and we'll talk some more and hype this thing up because I know everybody ready. You got something to say in
Oh
closing?
yeah. Man, listen, bro. Thanks for having me on, man. Y'all support the channel. You know what I'm saying? Support my little bro. Man, he doing this thing, man. Always has always been doing his thing. He's sharp. He not one of them cats just get on there and talk. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, we're not novice to the sports, man. We done grew up on this stuff. So, you know what I mean? Definitely support the channel and shoot, man. Can't wait to fight night.
There it is. All praises to the Most High. Let's get it, Top Notch. We out. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We'll get back with y'all on the next one.
Road to success, learn how to cope with less. You just gotta hope for the best. All I know is press on toward tomorrow. All I was chosen more. Been there from the start. Yeah.